coming back for this session. The first speaker in this session is GANs. He's the pioneer of applying GAN to computer. Sorry. Louder. Okay. So our first speaker for this session is GANs. He's the pioneer of applying GAN to computer vision problems. His earlier work on P2P, cycloGAN, IGAN, kind of spawns a huge interest in GAN for computer vision. He's currently a postdoc in MIT, and I think next year gonna be an assistant professor in CMU. Let's welcome Gian.
Thanks for the introduction and thanks for coming to the talk. Today I would like to talk about how we can understand a little bit about GANs. I used to come GAN. In the past, I can't follow all the vision papers, but recently I realized I can't follow all the GAN papers. So there are just lots of GAN papers for like it or not. But most of my papers include new applications and progress, with higher and higher resolutions, models with higher and higher resolutions. However, some researchers in vision and graphics are still hesitant about this kind of methods. It's a black box. You train the black box, you pray for the GPU god. Most of the time it's great, sometimes you get bad results. It's hard to understand why it works, hard to understand why it doesn't work. So we try to, in this talk, we try to have a simple method to understand what's going on inside a GAN model. So we take a very standard GAN model called progressive GANs by Karras et al. This model learns to generate realistic images for particular scene category like church images. So let's look at what's inside the model. The model takes a random code as input, applies a few convolutional layers. Each layer gradually upsamples, increase the resolution of the feature map, and eventually you get a high resolution RGB image. This gigantic network is highly nonlinear. Lots of layers. People have tried to understand the black box by feeding different Z random codes and see how the output behaves. But still very hard to have a deep understanding of what's going on inside. So in this work, we try to take a slightly different approach. Instead of just looking at the behavior, we try to see what the network is doing if we take away some parts of it. So let's look at what's inside the network. So here is a particular layer, layer 4, which consists of a set of neurons. Its activation map is basically how this neuron files on previous layers. And so we just focus on a particular neuron and try to understand what this neuron is doing. So the method we are using is very simple. So we first generate the image. So this is a generated image, and then we look at the feature map of a particular neuron, and we record the high response region, which is above a certain threshold. And now we can compare this binary map with output of a semantic segmentation model, which detects different object concepts, like given the generated image. We want to check if this neuron correlated to a sky concept. It looks like not. How about building? Doesn't look like. Maybe in this case it correlates pretty well with trees. So we can calculate this measurement over many images for all the neurons and for all the segmentation classes we have in our segmentation model. So here's what we have found. Our first surprise is that in this model, lots of neurons match object concepts. It's very interesting because during the training, we have never told the model to what a tree is. We only told the model to generate the image of church, but we haven't told the model about the concept of trees. But it discovered the tree concept internally by generating a church. And so a second surprise is that these neurons seem to match objects with a wide range of visual diversity, like different lighting, materials and textures and locations. So we can look at a different model which trained for generating dining rooms. There are the window neuron here and a table neuron here. So I don't just cherry pick these two examples. In fact, in this particular layer 4, 250 out of 512 neurons are correlated to the concept of objects, object parts, and materials. For example, there are 20 window neurons which capture different kinds of windows. So if we further zoom out and we see all the layers, we can go all the way from the latent code to in the left to the image. And the height of the error bar, the height of each bar shows that the number of concepts in that particular layer. So in the first few layers, we see lots of global layout structures. In the middle, we see lots of objects and object parts, this kind of concepts. And in the later layer, which is quite interesting, we find lots of low-level text detector, like long-range detector, detecting different kind of low-level aspects of an image. But so far, we only measure the correlation between the feature map and the segmentation model. So a neuron might correlate to an object concept, but it may not cause the object concept. So we try to study the causality in a little bit more details. Again, we run a generator, but this time we force the neuron to be completely off. And we generate the image with fewer tree pixels. And we can force the same neuron to be completely on and get the image with more tree pixels. And we can calculate the difference between these two operations, which is the average causal effect regarding this neuron, regarding the tree concepts. So once we discover these causal neurons, they are not only correlated to tree concepts, but also we can just by simply remove the trees by turning off all the tree neurons we discovered. You can also add in trees in the position as you like in a particular location. We can use this to study the relationship between objects and the scene. For example, we can try to remove people from a conference image, and they got removed. We can try to remove windows. So most of the windows are gone, and some of the windows become paintings. But we apply the same kind of idea when we try to remove a table. The network refuses to do it. It only